Meu nome é Fred Gelli, eu sou fundador e diretor criativo da Tátil Design de Ideias no Rio de Janeiro e you are watching Be Change. Any kind of briefing, first of all, we need to go deep in the environment where that project is going to be used. I believe that it's impossible to create something for someone. The best way is to create with someone. We believe that the solutions all the time are inside of the place where the problem happens. We just need to go there and to work with people trying to understand the best way to establish new connections. For me, the creative process, the innovation in general, is just to connect it what really was connected before. And normally you go there trying to really to make this huge research about the environment, about people, and we try to find the meanings behind the briefing. Which meaning the solution really must represent, must materialize. We talk about connection between body and soul. When you're talking about soul, we're talking about, for example, a brand or any brand expression is all of the purpose, the essence, the meanings behind that company, behind that brand. And the body are all of the expressions, how this brand express itself for people in each moment, each point of contact. And this is the attitude of brand, and it's very important, this connection. First of all, we understand the soul, and when you finish this, we started to create the expressions, really connected. And there we really open our minds for materials all the time, new materials, new way to produce them, creative process and productive process. And we try to in the best way to follow the rules of nature, trying really to create things that can reduce the environmental impact, but at the same time can amplify the emotional impact. Because for us, the eco-boring stuff nobody wants. People really want to create, use things that is low environmental impact and high sensorial impact, eco-sex stuff. Okay, I think that for young designers that I've been teaching the last 15 years biomimicry in the university, in the same university where I studied, I would say that I believe that design, most than a tool to put more stuff in the world, I believe that design is the most important capacity, ability to connect things. And I believe that we have a so amazing creative challenge in our moment, in our days. Humanity has a huge creative challenge to change everything. We really need to be more sustainable. And sustainable not in the bad perspective, sustainable in the better perspective. We need to establish a new balance between our lifestyle and the resources that we need that we can use, that comes from nature and comes from the earth, our small planet, with only 13,000 kilometers of diameter. It's really a small planet. Nobody knows about this size. It's amazing. People normally think that it's much bigger than it's really are. But I think that try to find this other position, not only to work for brands, to putting more stuff in the world, but understanding that in the innovation process, we are the best people to establish connections between knowledges, between people from different areas, and to solve the huge problems that we have nowadays. We need to put people together from different areas, and we have the ability, because I used to say for the guys there that the designers are the guys that really don't understand deeply nothing, and this is very good. because important for us is understand and who understand better for some specific point, and we are the glue, we are the connectors. I think that this is the best position for a designer in the next days, in the next years, is really to assume this connector position. I have a huge connection with water. I live in Rio de Janeiro and I love seawater, and it's not specifically one animal, but I'm feeling like a fish. I have a nickname, Age 2 Man. It's like because I really love to dive deeply without anything, to stay there like a fish, and to surf and to do windsurf, many sports in the water. So the beginning of my company and my work in design was I was in university with 19 years old, and I was challenged by my teacher to think, because I want to design good packagings. I hate that package that you cut your hand, or you try to open like a ketchup sachet. And my intention in that moment was really to design better packagings. And my teacher invited me to think about how nature packs things. In that moment, it sounds really strange for me, but she gave me an example. Did you think about the packaging that brought you to the world? The belly of your mother? And I said, wow, this is so strange in some perspective, but it's really excited way. And we went in this way, and we started to look nature like an amazing designer that solve a lot of problems really similar of our problems. And most of that, everything, we understood that nature has some design principles, really smart. One of them is the cycle. Everything in nature is like a cycle. You don't have anything that is some rest. Everything is part of the same cycle. The second one is nature love to optimize everything. Nature is optimal all the time. Nature hate really extravagance. Talking this in Dubai is a little bit complicated. Okay, and the third one is nature consider all of the connections between the stuff. It's an interdependence way to design stuff. Everything is connected by a very subtle net. When you push one point of the net, the whole net moves. And I understood that in the school, learning how to design stuff, we learned principles, design principles, completely in opposite direction of these ones. For example, we're not thinking about the cycles. We are completely linear. We extracted materials. We use these materials, produce stuff, and after that, in the end, we throw it away on the magic place that we invented. It's the trash, and you just flip that small pedal and the cap, and you forget. And after that, we really are extravagance, like we can see in Dubai. It's a huge extravagance. It's amazing. I think that we are learning. We are a very young species in this planet, really young, and we are learning. This is part of the huge experience that life has been developing in our planet. It's part of the game, but we need to learn very quickly, actually. And the third one, we really don't think with the whole connections. We really split everything. We don't have the real consciousness about how everything is connected. We are Cartesian. We really lost the connections, and this is really dangerous. And I think that most of the problems that we have today comes from this antagonism between the design principles that nature uses and the design principles that we've been using in the last years.